In today's video, we're going to be ranking every new Premier League home kit for the 23-24 season. But there is a spin. We're going to be ranking them with memes. So here's our tier list. So at the very top of the scale, we have...
This is a work of art.
The next tier is this. Our pretty good tier is... For below average, we've got...
I mean, it's alright.
And for really, really bad, we've got this.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Before we get into it, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see me do the Premier League away kits for this season, then let me know in the comments. Right, so we're going to be working through these in alphabetical order. So first up, we've got Arsenal. So here's the new home kit. So just reading on the website, this kit celebrates the 20th anniversary of the Invincibles season. The outcome of the 38 results from that season are detailed with a row of W's and D's. So I did actually see when this kit was launched that they had to pull it because only 32 of the results were shown. So Added actually messed that one up. You got the sort of subtle lightning bolt pattern in the red. I do think the gold would have banged so much harder if they'd actually won the Premier League. But yeah, this is really nice. So we're starting off pretty strong. I'm going to go with very good, very nice. Aston Villa. So this says it's inspired by the passion of the pride in the stands at Villa Park. So the pattern on the kit is a subtle print of sound waves taken from fans singing their Allez, Allez, Allez chant. I like the idea, but that is really ugly. No, I don't like that. Of course, Villa have got redesigned crest. This is paying tribute to their European Cup win of 1982. Really like the idea. Obviously, it's a big statement now they're playing European football this season. But it does look a little bit like Chelsea's badge. I guess there's a fair chance it's actually Chelsea's badge. It looks like Villa's from the 80s. But yeah, it's quite similar. I'm not a big fan of this. The sponsor is terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think this is really ugly. I think we're going to have to go bottom tier. On to Bournemouth. So this kit reverts back to the traditional red and black stripes. They had that sort of jagged pattern last year. I actually quite like the jagged pattern last season. There's not too much to get excited about here. It looks quite clean, it's quite simple, it's not offensive. So I think we'll put this into here. Brentford. So this is actually Brentford's first new home kit in 2 years. So it's their 2023-25 kit. So with that in mind, imagine waiting 2 years for this just for them to add a little bit of black onto the kit. In fact, I think the previous kit without the black was better. And the other thing is they've still got a betting sponsor despite the fact that Tony's been banned for betting until January. So that's not really ideal. Yeah, I'm sorry. If I'd waited 2 years for this, I'd be really disappointed. I don't think it's great. So bottom tier it goes. On to Brighton. Obviously, this is pretty similar to last season. I actually like it a lot more now they've taken the yellow off. I think this is quite clean. Yeah, it's a lot slicker. There is something working for me. People did say on Twitter this top bit looks like Batman's cape. I'm actually all for that. Yeah, I like this. I think I'm going to put this into... Right, Burnley. This is inspired by Burnley's 1994 playoff win. Okay, so my first thought is this should probably be the West Ham kit. I think it's probably the collar that's doing that for me. I think there's a nice sort of diamond Umbro pattern going on there, but I'm not a massive fan of the Burnley colours. I think the other thing that really ruins this is the sponsor. It's pretty big. So yeah, this is going into here. Right, Chelsea's kit. This celebrates the glory of the 1997-98 season when Chelsea were UEFA Cup winners. Obviously, the UEFA Cup became the Europa League. Even looking at that, I don't really see the 90s link other than the white. I guess it's got that sort of slight yellow trim on the sleeves. But yeah, I can't really see the 90s thing. There's no sponsor yet. It was supposed to be Paramount Plus. That got vetoed by the Premier League due to their stakeholders not being very happy about streaming clashes. It was then meant to be Stake.com, but the Chelsea Supporters Trust weren't happy because of the work they'd done to help gambling addicts. I'd actually rate it highly if they just went with no sponsor. I can't really see Bowley giving up the opportunity to make a load of cash off of that, but I would back it if they just went no sponsor. I've seen people really like this online. It's going to be a really unpopular opinion, but I think this has been pretty overhyped. Don't really like those iridescent details either, so this is going to go into... I mean, it's alright. Crystal Palace. So this shirt celebrates 10 years since their promotion to the Premier League. So the pattern in the shirt is a silhouette of the original Crystal Palace where the club was founded in 1861. And whilst that's a very nice idea, I think that is grim. I'm really not sure why you put that pattern on the shirt. Yeah, I really don't like this. This is a flop for me. It's going at the bottom. Right, Everton. So according to their website, for the first time in a decade, their home shirt will feature a collar. The collar pays tribute to Goodison's famous Archibald Leitch pattern on its trim repeated on the sleeves. The collar is a nod to the classic Hummel Denmark national team shirt from their 92 Euro win, celebrating 100 years of Hummel. I get it's 100 years of Hummel, but what relevance does that Denmark shirt have to Everton? Not really sure why that's relevant. This isn't bad. It's not amazing. I think it's going in all right. Right, Fulham. This is a bit of a mixed bag for me. I think there's some good ideas here, but it's all a bit jumbled. So I quite like the Adidas stripes being different on each sleeve with the red and white. That's a nice touch for Fulham. But I don't really know about this sort of half collar and buttons. I feel like it would have looked cleaner if it was just a round neck or just had a proper collar. And this isn't Fulham's fault, but I don't really like this new Adidas badge. It's almost a bit too clean. It's not hideous, it's just average. So it's going in all right as well. Right, Liverpool. I did like the kit reveal for this. Quite suave. It's almost like a 70s feel to it. Everyone's wearing smart trousers and football shirt and sunglasses. What's not to like? Obviously, there's not a crazy amount you can do with a red shirt every season. Is it lazy that they've just had a white trim? Probably. Does it look clean? Yes. And looking at some of the pictures in pre-season, I actually think this looks really smart on the pitch. So this is going to go into Sue. Right, Luton. I don't really know what to say for this. It just looks really rushed and pretty cheap. You got the diamond Umbro pattern again in the pattern. That's pretty cool. I think the sponsor lets it down quite a lot. It just looks cheap and a bit nasty. I'm not keen on this. So this is going at the bottom as well. Right, Man City. Now I might get some stick for this because it's obviously really simple, but I actually think this bangs. I really like the V-neck. I love the line details in the blue shirt. It's really simple, but I think it's going to look great on the pitch. Yeah, I can just see this being one of those Premier League shirts that you look back on and being Premier League heritage in the future. This is going to go at the very top. Man United. So I've not really been a fan of the patterns in some of the shirts in this video, but I actually think the sort of geometric rose pattern is quite a nice touch. So they're meant to be Lancashire roses, so that makes sense. Yeah, I think this looks really clean. Also saw that H debuted this shirt at Glastonbury on stage before they even did the kit reveal. Not a fan of that Adidas badge again, but I think the shirt looks pretty good overall, so very fitting. This is going into Sue. Right, Newcastle. Newcastle haven't put any spiel on the website about this being a reference to blah blah blah. This is just a strong Newcastle kit, I think. It's quite classic look, clean lines, black and white sponsor as well, so it doesn't look out of place on the shirt. I think that's a nice touch. Yeah, this is going into as well. Nottingham Forest. Maybe it's the lack of sponsor, but this just looks like an Adidas top. So it's supposed to be a throwback to the 1979-80 kits that they wore when they won the European Championships. But if you look at those kits, it just still doesn't really look like that. If that was the case, they could have added the V-neck collar and it would actually look like the original shirt. And it's probably just that new Adidas badge that's throwing me off again. So yeah, it's all right. Sheffield United. Aria make pretty clean kits. They're actually QPR's kit provider at the moment. Obviously, it's got no sponsor on it at the moment, so that could make or break it. So I think I'm going to go all right for the time being. Spurs next. Just looking at the Spurs shop, I know Nike do this with all their kits now. There's like several different tiers of shirt that you can get. Like one's supposed to be the real deal, one's just a replica. But the most expensive one's like 120 quid. That is absolutely ridiculous. Especially if it's just a plain white kit like this is. It's just a Spurs kit without the collar from last year. Some random tech pattern in the white. It's another average kit. Right, West Ham. So the Irons have gone the whole hog and actually put bubbles on their kit this time. And it's a nice idea, but I just don't think the execution's here. The bubbles just don't look very well done. It just sort of looks like they've dragged some template circles, broken circles onto the kit, dotted them about. I personally think a collar always works on West Ham kits. I'm not really sure on the round neck, so it's going in. I mean, it's alright. And last but not least, Wolves. So this is the only kit that's not been confirmed yet, but it's been heavily leaked. I think this is probably the most boring kit on the video, so this is going to go at the very bottom. Right, so let's have a look where I put everything. So City at the top, Arsenal second, just like last season. Right, we've got Brighton, United, Newcastle, Liverpool. Do you know what? This might not actually be far off of a Premier League table prediction. I'm going to do a Premier League table prediction video, so let's see how that compares to my shirt ranking. I don't know about you, but whenever I see my team have nice kits at the start of the season, I just think, yeah, we're going to do well in that. I don't know, I just think if I was a footballer and I was playing in a really nice kit, I'd be like, yeah, I'll let the business. And if I'm playing in a really ugly kit, I'm going to be like, I don't want to be seen in this. That must be a thing. We've got 9 in average. Just a lot of boring kits there. That's nearly half the table. Right, so that wraps up the video. What did you think? Do you agree with my rankings? Anything you agree with, disagree with? Let me know in the comments. As I said at the start, I'm going to do another video soon for the away kits. So let me know if there's any particular ones you're loving out of those. Thanks for watching. See you next time.